Hey guys, Deathletter Magic here, re-recording this video because the new version of Audacity has about a quarter-second delay when you hit record, and it doesn't make that terrifically obvious. Sorry about that last video, by the way. Editing this correctly while adding in an artificial gap is driving me completely insane, so get ready for some really bad audio delivery, because usually I do this in about 300 sections, believe it or not, just so I can collect my thoughts and there's no pausing or filler words or any of that, but can't really do that. I'm either going to have to downgrade to a glitchier but still technically working version of Audacity, or just do a giant segment like this. That sounds way worse. So anyway, Wizards came up with another wonderful product, and they're so subtle and unimportant that they just threw them into the same announcement article. So if you're looking for this, it's in the bottom of the article about the game night pack, or whatever they're calling it. So they say gift pack. We're also updating the gift pack for this holiday season. Now, if you're not familiar with the gift pack, it's only been run off once. It wasn't well received by the community, sort of. And it was just this big purple thing I got up on screen, basically. So as you can see, it included one foil Carry Zevin, one foil Metalwork Colossus. Yeah, neither one of those were really heavily played then. I mean, obviously she picked up traction later, so honestly, good call. And Metalwork was hyper powerful. He just never really was in a prominent deck, but he was very playable, very powerful. So in my opinion, good, safe choices, but not like amazing. But I mean, how much value can you possibly add when you already get 3 packs there was in there? You can see Amonkhet, Hour of Devastation, and Ixalan. And then you get 5 limited edition, and I mean super limited. Like, this is a low print volume product, so super limited edition Shooting Starlands, I believe those were. They were all from one artist, and I think these were the ones that had never been printed in foil before, or they were like new versions of old Shooting Starlands, something like that. Either way, I mean, there was a story behind them. It was cool, and people wanted them. And trust me, they went for between $9 and $14 for just one each, just the set of 5 on eBay. So everybody, especially those whiners on Reddit, which, God, the Reddit MTG community as a whole is the most toxic part of the community I've ever seen. So those clueless idiots who didn't get what this was for or who this was for were saying, oh, well, you get 3 packs for $20. That's terrible. No, there are actually other things in this. Oh, and you can't see it, but there was a giant, like, full-size poster in there. It could be seen as a very small, somewhat functional, what do they call it? Like a playmat, I guess. But it was, you know, poster quality paper, so, you know, it was thick, but it was no playmat, you know. But it was cool. The artwork on it was amazing. I still have like 100 of them, and I'm thinking me and Jeremy might just sign them and give them away at BandCon Milwaukee, just saying. Obviously, it goes without saying, I'm going to have a Sharpie on me. I'm probably going to deface the living crap out of it upon request, because that's funny to me. So some people weren't into it and some people were into it. I mean, it is what it is. But I made a ton of money off these because, like I said, those lands were going for so much money. I mean, I paid a little bit less than what the lands were going for. And so after shipping and expenses, fees, whatever, I think those packs were like 60 cents a piece. So 60-cent boosters, yeah, that's pretty good. I was even able to buy list some of the Carry Zevs and Metalworks because some people who run some buy lists are stupid. The second that these were announced, they should have stopped taking them in on a buy list because the supply just went through the freaking roof. But, guess they're not quite paying attention. So the narrative back then was, oh, these are to trick people. I guess you could, but that's a scenario that's like, it's honestly up to the store owner, where they said, oh, well, grandma's gonna stop in and she's gonna say, oh, my little, Jimmy plays, he plays that Magic the Gathering game. What should I get him for Christmas? And, you know, first of all, point to the $100 booster box, or $120, $115, whatever it is. I mean, if it's in their price range, you're not wrong. They probably would want that. But if you're like, oh, well, this is a nice, you know, $20 product right here. It's pretty flashy, limited edition, whatever. If they're trying to be like, this is the best value, it's amazing, it's a great product, oh boy, it's kind of misleading, yeah, I could see that, but pissing off your customers and having little Jimmy get mad when he opens it, not a great idea, because they're not coming back. What a normal business owner would do is say, well, these are pretty cheap and they're called the gift pack, you know, they're meant for this time of year. but they're really oriented to somebody who like collects limited edition stuff. They really appreciate art, you know, limited edition foils, that kind of thing. If he's more into, you know, the functional like playing of the game and he just needs more cards, more boosters, or a pre-made deck, you know, a brand new deck that he can play with his friends casually with, then, you know, you might want to go for the Deck Builder's Toolkit or the dual decks or the Planeswalker decks or just, you know, whatever. And just say, here's why this is different than this and this is different than this. And here's the type of people who usually buy the gift pack versus a different product. You know, some people who just want value in cards and trade stuff, they'd probably buy a fat pack. I mean, a more casual player who's new to the game wouldn't really care about those lands necessarily. I mean, you could show them off to your friends. I mean, you never know, but I don't think that would resonate as much as like a longtime player where they're like, oh yeah, that artist, and oh, there's like none of these floating around. Dang, like these are worth some money and they're a pretty good investment, honestly. Okay, you know, maybe I'll pick up one of those. So the only really way that you could call this a bad product is the fact that 1 in 10 of the packs had a damaged card in it, I would say. Because remember, I broke down a lot of these. So careless packaging and no quality control. Wow, I'm so shocked because it's a Wizards product. Never saw that coming. Other than that, I mean, let's just add it up. So you get 3 boosters. They're $3.99 MSRP, so there's $12 right there. Is the rest of the pack worth $8? You get the poster, the die, the 2 front cards, and the 5 lands. I'd be on the border, like for me, I'd be like, you better really want those lands. But if you just look at financially, like I said, these are $11, $12, $13 for the sets of land online. You could not find them cheaper than that. So value-wise, yeah, I mean, you add 12 to 12, you get 24. That's ignoring the front cards and the die and the poster. So yeah, it's a fantastic product for value. So the other point is people are saying, the rest of it's just dumb stuff. Who cares? I'm not interested in any of that. Well, then the product's not for you. But also they say, oh, you're paying like, you know what, $7 a piece for boosters. That's terrible. That's stupid. Okay. If this right here, this was the cheapest source for boosters, nobody would buy the fat packs or the booster boxes. That doesn't even make sense. If there was 7 boosters in here, that would be like $2.85 per booster. Okay. At $120, $125, something like that. I know $3.33 is the golden number. So about $3.33 per pack if you were to buy a whole booster box. So if these were $2.85 by putting 7 in there, nobody would ever buy a fat pack or a booster box again. So if that's the realistic expectation of a new gift pack is to be the cheapest source for boosters ever, I mean, what do you even say to that level of stupidity? But people on Reddit were saying, oh yeah, they should have put, 5, 6, 7 in there. Like maybe they didn't word for word say, let's cram 7 in there, but they were saying the per booster price is too bad. They need to do something about that, implying they need to add more boosters. Well, no, this product is about what else you get. That's what differentiates it from a fat pack or a booster box. So that's the history, the controversy, everything you didn't know about the gift packs the first time around. I guess you could say they were a flop because they didn't sell amazingly well, according to what I heard, and from LGS owners in the area and that kind of stuff. But the people who did liked them a lot. So the people that it was for were like, yeah, successful product, cool, limited edition stuff. I mean, it was like a cheap discount from the vault. So, what did they change? Oh boy, can't wait to read this. I already know the answer because I already recorded this once. We're also updating the gift pack for this holiday season. The gift pack will contain 4 Core Set 2019 boosters. So, okay, we're going up to 4 boosters. And spoiler alert, they kept the MSRP the same at $19.99, so $20. 5 premium lands, okay. And a spin down die, okay, and for the first time, 5 creature cards exclusive to the gift pack. Oh, here we go again. Take a guess if they're standard legal or not. I'll give you a hint. The 5 cards are aimed at the Planeswalker deck level and will be considered part of Core Set 2019 for legality and rotation purposes. Let's take a look at these cards. Before we do that, let's fire whoever made that decision. They don't deserve or need to work at Wizards of the Coast anymore because, yeah, okay, this was planned before the Nexus of Fate fiasco, but this is so the wrong direction. This is so stupid. So let me break it down in case you're not getting this. The only place you can get these 5 cards that are up on screen right now is from the gift packs. The gift packs are extremely, insanely low print volume products. They were unpopular, they know this, so to put a card that you can only get in there is a time bomb. It is an absolute disaster waiting to happen. It's Nexus of Fate 2.0, and they are going to get some backlash from this. So, there's only two things that can come from putting an exclusive standard legal card in a side product, okay? One, the cards are unplayable garbage and nobody wants them, so why even buy the product? Or two, the cards are playable, or at least one of them is, and then they're so scarce and so rare they hit like $50. Those are the two outcomes. Nothing else than those two things can happen. So one is really bad, people are mad, they're not buying your product and vendors get stuck with it. And two, everybody's pissed because they literally cannot get the cards. There aren't enough to go around for them to build the deck they want. Those are the only two outcomes. I guess the third outcome is they print so damn many of these and they print to order. So basically when they run out, they just print more to the point where like, yeah, maybe some of these cards hit like $5, $6, $7, $8. Cool. And then people buy them, and then they're sold out. And oh, now the price is really spiking. So they make more and they make more and they make more until they're across the board $2 cards. I mean, I would stop short of saying everybody wins in that case, but Wizards wins because they would rake in a ton of money. So they almost have to be planning that, but the lead time on making these, packaging them, and getting them to distributors has gotta be a month minimum. Now think about it, these are coming out middle of November, so that would be days before Christmas when printers are the busiest, or arguably at least the start of November. I don't think they're going to be able to pump these out quick enough. I just don't. I don't think so. So they'd be releasing these, a second wave of like emergency relief prints probably in January, maybe. Oh boy, this is going to be a disaster, probably. I mean, I almost hope that nobody plays these, but well, let's look at the cards. First, we've got Angelic Guardian. Flying, when one or more creatures you control attack, they all gain indestructible till end of turn. 5/5 flyer for 6, Angel. Ooh, we got Angel Tribal already with Resplendent and a couple other cards. Lyra, I think. I mean, yeah, it's 6. I mean, it's 6/5 or 6/7/6/6/7 for the cost. They probably were going with borderline virtually unplayable, you know, because cards that cost 7 are virtually unplayable. They just are. Virtually, though. I mean, I could name some Planeswalkers and stuff, and, you know, Nexus of Fate. People can get to 7. I mean, welcome to Magic. It happens. But yeah, all of your attacking creatures gain indestructible. Like, that's like Song of Freya-Lisa's, I'll say alt because those sagas are just Planeswalkers. And, I mean, that's not nothing. It's not a one-time deal. It's recurring. I mean, I could see this one especially being huge. I mean, it's not just like some universal colorless 3 cost that everybody wants. You know, it's not like like a Gilded Lotus or something. I don't know. I can't think of an equivalent card. But, I could see people wanting this. And none of these 5 are reprints, by the way. None of these were printed in a past set, so you can't just, get the M11 version. No, these are all brand new. So next up, we got Angler Turtle. 7 cost 5/7 hexproof. Okay, I mean, that's actually pretty good for blue. Creatures your opponents control attack each combat if able. Well, 5/7, they're going to lose one of those creatures every time they attack. That could be devastating. This is a permanent, free, recurring Bident of Thassa. You don't have to pay anything for it. I could see this being huge. The problem is it costs 7, and that's not a ramp color. But, boy, that's good, though. That is so good. Next up, Vengeance Vampire. This one sucks. It's a 4/4 for 6 lifelink, and when it dies, destroy target creature and opponent controls, and you gain 4 life. So, I mean, not that unique, not even that good. I mean, it's good. It's just, is it worth putting in your deck for 6? No, there's way better cards for 6 in black, so it's nice, but I don't know, I'm not feeling that one. Though next up, we've got Immortal Phoenix. It's a 5/3 for 6, so, and I mean, it's flying, okay, 5 damage in the air, okay. And when it dies, return it to its owner's hand. So not anywhere near as good as the existing Phoenix, it's like $35. But, I mean, you got to kill this thing multiple times, and this is a trigger for Sarkhan's Unsealing, at least a single point trigger. So, yeah, I mean, I could see this. 6 is a lot. I mean, that's a lot. But in a red, like, mana ramp mono red dragons deck, that's not a lot at all. I mean, the only thing it has against it is it's not a dragon. Other than that, it works with half the deck, and you could get this out really early, and it's you know, it's not Scarab God, but it's on the level of annoyingness where it's just so stupidly hard to get rid of this stupid thing. I mean, you just exile it, it's gone, but I could say the same about, you know, Scarab God. Doesn't mean he's not completely broken and unfair, because he is. So another one, boy, high potential for existing decks. Ouch. Then we've got Rampaging Brontodon. I thought this was a reprint. It's not. It's a dinosaur. And it's a 7/7 Trampler for 7. So, you know, just kind of typical. But when it attacks, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each land you control. Oh boy, without ramping, that's bare minimum +7. So it's a 14/14 Trampler for 7. I mean, we've already got more than enough creatures that resemble this. So that's ridiculous. And this is without any equipment, no swords, no boosts, no auras, nothing. I mean, this thing could be completely out of control. And 7 is very realistic in green. I mean, 7, oh, you mean 5 because it's a ramp color. I mean, just pretend it costs 5 because it's green. So at least 4 of these have a high amount of potential, and that is so bad. I mean, will these be in Pro Tour decks? Maybe, maybe not. I mean, an All Angels deck, that just looks slow, but will it be popular and played by random people at FNM? Absolutely. Every single one of these could go in an FNM deck and be very, very highly, like, tier 2 competitive. None of them are completely out of control, but damn, I mean, these are dangerous. I mean, I almost prefer them to be just laughably unplayable, but like maybe like a staple in Commander, like it would be some exotic, you know, like a snake. You very rarely get actual snakes, and my friend has a snake Commander deck, and it's not bad. I mean, it's kind of casual-ish, but, you know, somebody would be like, oh, wow, that's one of the better snakes ever printed, or one of the better unicorns for an all-unicorn deck. You know, do something like that. Give people a reason to want it outside of standard, but the whole point was, oh, these are in standard. I mean, don't get me wrong, the purpose of this product was for them to make it so that you could say, every time a new standard set comes out, I'm going to buy an entire case of boosters. Cool. That would pretty much get you all the cards you want, sparing a couple mythics. I mean, it would get you 4 of every rare, I think, mathematically, something near it. But now, oh, you need to buy this. You need to spend $80 on 4 of these to get these cards. Now, I don't want to get into the advanced math of it, but basically, if each of these was worth only $2, it would still be more cost effective for a person to buy them from the gift pack, because the gift pack, it's 3 boosters, $3.99 a piece, $12, okay, $8 for these cards and some cool lands. So are you going to drop $8 on 4 Angelic Guardians, or are you going to drop $8 on all 5 of these and just trade some away for Angelic Guardians? I mean, if only one of these takes off, okay. If 3 or 4 of them do, then that's a different story. But basically, it's at least on the fence. So getting these online as singles, if they're roughly equivalent in cost effectiveness and efficiency as, you know, just buying it in the store, and spending $80 on 4 singles is idiotic, then there's a no-win scenario here. This is why I really don't like this. They've been flirting with this, okay, it's not good enough that you're buying boosters, it's not good enough that you're doing this. We're going to force you to buy another product if you want to build the deck you really want to build in Standard. And it was bad enough with the Planeswalker decks, especially when they went from 2 to 5, and that Ajani is like $9 to $11 right now. That's more than the damn thing costs, the whole deck. Well, it's $10.99, but whatever. You get 1 booster, so yeah, technically it is kind of more than the thing is worth. And remember Tezzeret, Nissa, I mean, there was at least 1 or 2 others. People played those. Those were playable cards. I mean, they were in some stuff. And people were complaining about that too. So, I mean, here we go again, and I already want that Angelic Guardian, like right now. So, oh, this just pisses me off. It really pisses me off. The only silver lining is I am going to make a metric buttload of money on these, and I plan to order about $5,000 worth of them, because when I smell blood, I smell blood, okay? I have gone after products or special releases or pre-made decks or stuff with a bad reputation where I know people are wrong, and I have made thousands of dollars on it, because basically whatever people are doing, you do the opposite and you'll make money in Magic card and product resale. Because if everybody dumps off a product and then it turns out people want it and they made it for a reason and they knew what they were doing to an extent, then you're the one holding them all. If you didn't see, oh, full art lands plus, you know, in BFZ by the way, plus fat packs equal 80 full art lands, I should order extra of those. That's on you. I mean, I ordered so many extra, it was ridiculous. And then they cut my order to 0. So thanks for that. That was really fair. And then Oath of the Gatewatch, Wizards was so damn stupid they didn't make any more, and OGW had the same BFZ lands with the BFZ set symbol, and they still sold out of bundles or fat packs, whatever, and I still ordered like 10 times the amount, knowing that I could make money on them, and they still delivered me 0. That's how few there were to go around. Wizards didn't learn their lesson 3 months after they already didn't learn their lesson the first time. How stupid are you, Wizards? If I'm waving money in your face, grab it and give me a damn product. Stop pretending you're Nintendo and causing an artificial shortage. That's bullshit. I mean, people could smell bullshit a mile away, and that's what you were doing, is bullshit. So anyway, these singles are going to be a disaster, but I'm going to make a fortune on them. I made a fortune on the gift packs the first time. I mean, it was a profit margin of like 30-40% on several hundred, if not $1,000 worth of them. So they were a pain in the ass to break down, though. I'll give you that. So let's look at what else you get. These 5 lands. Are they special reprints? Are they from one artist? So I can tell you right now from the cards, no, they're not from just one artist. I think they were last time. I think it was Rebecca. I don't remember. But all the amazing author, who the hell was this? Let me think. Yeah, Blake Rasmussen. I figured I had to scroll up for that one. All that Blake Rasmussen told us in this article was these lands will also be art you've likely seen before, but all shiny and cool. End quote. Okay, what set are they from? Is it, I mean, they highly implied that it's existing art, but were they a land cycle? Were they all from the same set? Is there something special about these? Were they never printed in foil before? Some of that could maybe be implied by reading between the lines, but I have no idea. I don't know what's going on with these, but I'm going to say since they're not all like, ooh, Shooting Star lands, oh, they're part of a set, ooh, famous artist that everybody likes. You know, they were selling for a ton of money before. I think these are going to be terrible. They might sell for $4 a set if it's what I'm thinking, and there's just really nothing special about these at all other than, oh, cool, they're cool looking art, I guess, and even that's kind of arguable. There's no common theme between them. There's no special markings on them. They're not full art. They're not even new art. There's no theme. By looking at them, you wouldn't even know that they go together. So I don't think these are going to sell very well. But with those exclusive standard legal singles, I don't think it matters. I mean, if I got $3, $4, $5 out of these, wonderful, because those singles are going to be worth probably 10 plus cumulatively. And I'm worried about that, and also excited. I'm excited worried about it. But whether it turns out good or not good, or it falls flat, or everybody wants it, or there's a price spike and everybody's pissed, no matter what, this is just stupid. This is disastrous. It's just, how bad of a disaster is it going to be? So for them to even think that this is okay and there's anything okay about this just shows how completely clueless and out of the loop everybody who works at Wizards and plans garbage like this is. I mean, they're just so stupid. Unless this is all just greed. They know it's stupid. They know it's unfair. They don't care. If they want to gatekeep and say this is the only place you can get these cards from, buy this too, you know, now we need more of your money, give us more money, and they're just going to be blatant about it, then okay, I guess that's what you're going to do. I mean, it works for Apple. People know Apple's ripping them off. Their customers are just morons. That's the only customers they have left, is complete and utter morons who give them way too much money for products that are low quality garbage. So maybe that's who Wizards is pandering to with this one. I don't know. I mean, it's just, do pro players care if their deck costs $800 as opposed to $1,000? No, not really. But the other 99.95% of players, bare minimum, kind of do care if they can't get these cards from a booster or a Planeswalker deck. So now, if you want to build a standard deck, you've got to look at all the cards in Standard, all the cards in Guilds of Ravnica, and then also look at these 5 cards in case you need them, and then also look at all the Planeswalker decks from M15 and Ixalan and Rix and... no, the rest are cycling out, I think. I don't know. I don't remember. Don't care at this point. And then all the new Planeswalker decks, you got to look at those too, and then... you know, those singles aren't going to be sold by your LGS, so you might as well just get your whole order online at that point, because online is going to be the only place to find a respectable inventory of these. Or buy the whole product so you get a bunch of cards and decks that you don't want, because that's the only way to get these. It's the biggest, fastest, most amazing way to piss off your customers, Wizards. Good job. So honestly, I mean, I would pre-order 1 or 2 of these if I were you, because it's just a money-making opportunity. I mean, it's one, they're going to go up and they're going to spike probably, and people are going to be like stabbing each other in the parking lot to get a hold of these because they'll be so short on sales. I mean, look at the price of Nexus. When you print not a whole lot of them, well, not according to Mark, but I think he's lying, and then people want them, that's a little bit of a perfect storm there. Mark Rosewater said, just FYI, there are more copies of Nexus of Fate than any individual mythic from M19, my numbers strongly indicate something completely different than that. All I'm going to say is if they print about 750,000 boxes, then he's wrong by a factor of a lot. Now, I thought it was closer to 50 to 75,000, but other people told me, oh no, it's closer to 750,000 boxes. So, I don't know, I just think he's lying. But there is not going to be a lot of these floating around, I'll tell you that right now. I mean, they are not going to print enough of these. No way. So just as a safety precaution, at the beginning of November, I would start pre-ordering these at your LGS if they allow that kind of thing, and get as many as you possibly can, because you can either flip them on eBay, don't even open them, or just, oh cool, you can open them, you got the cards, you can trade with people, it'll be the hottest trade item ever. Or, you know, one of the cards you could buy list for like $10 because it absolutely skyrockets due to the lack of print volume. I mean, just anything could happen. It's just you're not risking a whole lot of money. So I think this would be a wise, you know, little miniature, you know, fun-sized MTG finance investment for all the amateur people out there. And I don't mean that like insultingly. I mean, I consider myself amateur-sized, and I spend, I don't know, 40 grand a year on Magic products. I'm also a reseller, not just an investor. So, yeah. I just mean like you're not Card Kingdom, for example. So overall, yeah, this is stupid. I hate it. I hate everything about it. I guess they just wanted to redeem themselves and not have what people would call a bad product. I'm sure they still will call it a bad product because it's only 4 packs for $20. I'm going to ignore the fact that there's other things in it because I'm an idiot. I'm kind of mad they took out the poster too, by the way. But yeah, overall, nothing good will come from this product. That's all I got to say about it. What do you think? Are you interested in it? Are you worried about it? Do you have a deck that would take one of these 5 cards? Do you know anything more about the lands? Any other details would be appreciated. Otherwise, just leave your thoughts down in the comments section, and I will see you guys next video.